Hey there, filthy animals. Mr. Dirty back with another episode of the GTM show, and today we got frozen pizza back on the show again. Hey Slinks, what's up? Another trip back to the frozen food aisle, Walmart. We come back with Sam's Choice Pizza, and this time around we're checking out their stuffed crust 5-meat pizza. So there's the package you're looking for. If you're looking for this in stores, take all that in. Why are we doing a generic pizza? 5-meat pizza? Doesn't sound so exciting. One, the stuffed crust. We've never tried the stuffed crust from these guys before. And second of all, one of the 5 meats is steak. As we read this off to you, we're looking at pepperoni, sausage, Italian sausage, beef topping, and steak. And the steak is how this made its way onto the show. So take a look there. You can see the steak in the illustration. I have had the Philly cheesesteak pizza from Sam's Choice before, and it's pretty damn good actually, so I'm hoping this is going to be along the same lines. You know, I can't see how a 5-meat pizza can't be any worse with adding their steak to it. Also dealing with a stuffed crust here, and we got 3 cheeses in their stuffed crust. We're looking at mozzarella, Asiago, and Romano. And I'm going to say, when you're doing something like this where the entire pizza is covered in mozzarella sauce and then you're also stuffing the crust with it, they're probably running with like the world's cheapest mozzarella. Like the actual bottom of the barrel they can get their hands on. So I'm thinking the Asiago and the Romano are pretty much just in there to add flavor profile to it, because the mozzarella, that's going to be where all your texture is. I think this pizza is only like $5-6 bucks. Let's take a look at it before we go throwing it in the oven, which incidentally is going to be a preheat oven of 375. Remove the pizza from the packaging, throw it on the center rack, 24 to 26 minutes. And then let cool 1 to 2 minutes before serving. Alright, and there's your pizza out of the box, and it's still in its frozen state. Pretty thick pizza. And look at this, it's a pretty decent amount of meat toppings on there. It doesn't seem like much if you're just focusing on the pepperonis, but remember we're dealing with 2 kinds of sausage, steak, and a beef topping, most of which are going to be ground. So, you know, they're on all the little nooks and crannies with all your little ground meat going on. And there's the bottom of the crust. Alright, I'm going to go throw this in the oven for, let's say, 25 minutes. And then we're going to come back and see what we got. Stick around. Alright guys, we're back. We've got our finished product out of the oven. This is, once again, the Sam's Choice Stuffed Crust 5-meat pizza. And let's take a look at what we got here. This is what you get out of the oven. Uncut, so there you have it. See all of our meats going on. I did disperse them all. They're like, you know, spread out. When we first got it, it was all clumped up. Looking good. Everything well done. I did not cook it on this pan. I did cook it directly on the oven rack, but this pizza didn't come with any kind of a cardboard shim or anything like that, so we needed something sturdy to transport it on. Our old pizza pan. Alright? I do see a representation of everything. I see the pepperonis, the 2 different kinds of sausage, the ground meat. I even see the pieces of, let's see if we can get this dangler off of there. The steak meat is on there, just like you would find on their other pizza. The edges of the pepperonis did start to singe up a little bit. Pretty nice. It smells fantastic. Alright, cut this bad boy up, and then we're going to give it the old taste test. From Shakalaka, 1 cup pizza. Let's look at our stuffed crust. And I don't know. Okay, on this side you can tell. Alright, so there's all the mozzarella, Asiago, Romano stuffed in the crust. You can see it is pretty much, you know, it's a doughy crust, and even being in there for 25 minutes, you know, it still has a lot of flex. We don't have cracking on the bottom. You know, it's not snapping in half. A bit of seasoning going on too. Let me grab this slice. It's a better representation. Look at the top of the pepperoni. You see there's more there than just like Parmesan Romano cheese. There's herbs also sprinkled on there. As I look throughout the pizza too, on everything, you see on these slices, if you look across the surface of the cheese, lots of herbs, lots of seasoning. Alright, back to the initial piece here. Let's give it a chomp and see what we got. Alright, got a nice little pizza sauce going on here. Slight bit of sweetness to it. It's not stingy. It's not overly seasoned, but you can tell that it's pizza sauce. You can tell it's not just tomato sauce going on. Seems to be a decent amount on there too. You know, they didn't skimp on the sauce. There's a good amount of cheese on there, but it's just mozzarella. It's not like a blend or anything, just standard issue mozzarella. You can definitely taste the Italian sausage that's on there. Can't taste the beef topping at all. The other sausage, same thing, it kind of blends in with the whole bit, but the Italian sausage stands out. This piece in particular doesn't look like I got any steak. They really could have stepped up the steak game. I only see like a few big chunks on a few slices, and then the rest are like little minced up pieces. Let me snatch a piece off one of the other slices real quick. Steak they got going on here, it almost tastes like the lamb beef mixture that you would find with like a gyro. That's what this tastes like. It doesn't exactly taste like the same steak that I had on the Philly cheesesteak pizza at all. Maybe it's just because that was obscured by like a white cream sauce instead of a red sauce. Who knows, but that's what I'm getting off of this. It tastes like the lamb meat from a gyro. Alright, let's get to the ass end of things here and check out the stuffed crust with the 3 cheeses. Alright, even with the addition of those other 2 cheeses, the Asiago and the Romano, it doesn't stand out. You can tell that there's something there. There's a lot of cheese in the crust. They didn't go cheap on that. It's just that there's no flavor. No flavor profiles at all. I don't taste the mozzarella. I don't taste the Asiago. I don't taste the Romano at all. And the latter 2 there are pretty stinky cheeses. They should stand out. Nothing. Just the flavor of the sauce and the dough when you get to that end of things. So the steak doesn't wow me. The stuffed crust doesn't really wow me on this one. You know, it's just kind of shocking to find that kind of stuff on a frozen pizza. And maybe one or the other, but not both. So, very interesting, but still at the end of the day, it's nothing that you couldn't really get from DiGiorno's or something like that. It's about the exact same quality. So I'm going to give the Sam's Choice Stuffed Crust 5-meat pizza a 3 out of 5. Pretty good. This is going to be dinner for myself. This is a 12-inch pizza with a lot of toppings. And I think it scraped in at like $5-6, something like that. So a pretty good deal for what you get. I'm just not going to buy this again, ever. Alright, so once again, the Sam's Choice Stuffed Crust 5-meat pizza, GTM show. I'm Mr. Dirty. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at TheRealMrDirty. And as always, get out of here. Go have a rotten day.